Today we're going to do a quick clip on how to choose a really good agent in your area. And the reason we're doing this is because a lot of our customers are unsure what attributes to choose in a person when selling their home before they move into Odyssey. So today I have with me Michael Kollosche from Kollosche Real Estate Agency, and Michael is quite an expert in this field. So Michael, what things do we look for when we're choosing an agent?
Look, Phil, I've been doing this now for probably 22 years, and every time I've gone to sell one of my own properties, whether they be locally or out of the area, I think you can get caught up with the hype of specific real estate agents and promises that they give you. But when I actually interview an agent myself, I'm conscious of making sure that they come prepared with a list of the actual transactions that they've done over the past 12 months. A lot of people will have a significant presence in their area on marketing and signboards, but it really comes down to who's actually doing the transactions. And if it's like when you're interviewing someone for a job, you get them to bring their resume because otherwise you get a hell of a lot of promises and they don't tend to deliver.
So when you're digging deeper into something like that with people that you're interviewing, or let's say our residents are interviewing somebody,
Yep.
Can you double check that, like on things like RP data, for example?
Yeah, look, you can go to a lot of different property sites to do that, and realestate.com.au actually track a lot of the agents' transactions that are public. Obviously, it doesn't record their off-market sales, but you'd expect they'd be reasonably transparent and come to you with a list of all the transactions they've done. The other things you want to look at is obviously product knowledge, area knowledge. They need to understand all the comparable sales in your area. They should be able to turn up and actually give you a pretty fair assessment as to what your property's worth based on all of the other transactions that have occurred in the neighbouring streets.
Mm-hmm. And one of the other things that people say to me is, well, how do I know that the price is right that the agent is giving me? So for example, I do know some agents go lowball, I know some agents go highball. How do you trust and find that perfect number so the person's property does sell quickly?
Look, that's why they need to actually come with a detailed comparable market analysis, so it lists all the comparable sales and talks about the differences between those transactions and your home, so that you can then drive around the streets yourself if you want to, or jump online and have a look and see, okay, I understand that property there sold for $1 million, that one sold for 1.1, that one sold for 1.2, these ones are directly comparable, these ones aren't, and it allows you to form a fair assessment. Our firm is a little bit different to the way we treat the process. We encourage all of our vendors to get a pre-sale valuation, which we have a firm that goes through and does that. They're independent, they come through and put together all of the comparable sales so that you're not getting an agent that just comes in and pitches really high to win the business, and then you stay on the market for 9 months, you miss the premium buyers and you go through this whole process. Or likewise, you find that people undersell it because they don't know the market. So we encourage that process right at the start when we're listing, rather than us walking in and trying to win the business by giving someone a price. In addition to that, we also encourage them to get a pre-sale building and pest report done so that they have the opportunity to address any issues with the home up front. And that way you don't go through the marketing campaign, find the right buyer, negotiate the deal, have them do a building and pest, and then find out that after all that money and all that time, the transaction falls over based on something that if you'd found it earlier, you would have attended to yourself.
Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that I would want to know. And Michael, thank you very much for speaking with us. And I think that our residents will really appreciate the effort that you've put in. Of course, if anybody wants to get in touch with Michael, very easy to find.
Yep, thank you.